What caused the downfall of the popular kid in your school? When I was in the 5th grade, a new family moved to town. The middle of a bunch of children enrolling at our school was a beautiful girl I will call Ellie. Our terrifying classroom teacher, Mrs. K, assigned me, yes me, to show Ellie around, introduce her to my group, and the other kids as well, and make sure she had a good day week at school. Ellie figured out quickly that while the kids in my group were smart, funny, and mostly well-liked, we were not the popular clique. Ellie and the popular people found each other quickly and I felt very left out because I really liked Ellie so far and thought friendship and charm would be wasted on the populars. Being rather earnest and clueless, it took a couple of tries and my pals dragging me away before I stopped approaching the popular crowd at recess to inquire as to whether Ellie was doing okay or had any questions. Maybe I was a dork. Ellie swiftly became their leader. She seemed to teach them ways to be more exclusive, more snotty, say more things that heightened all of our insecurities, be emotionally abusive to the most vulnerable, as well as put more of an emphasis on having the right clothes and being in the right activities and clubs outside of school, making life outside the clique unbearable by 6th grade. In 7th, which is when we moved to junior high in the olden days, my group lost some of its members to the other junior high in our area and Ellie came into 7th grade already the ringleader at our new school too. And every bit of psychological bullying that could be done, was indeed done. Girls you wouldn't think qualified for the clique were brought in for their people-pleasing qualities and would serve as henchwomen for the inner circle. Things didn't get much better until high school when it was a lot easier for someone to find their friend group and be happy with it. I had chosen a more artsy and wild group of friends than the one from my younger days by high school. In fact that my bestie had been asked to distance herself from me as I became more of an artist/weirdo, because I apparently got her into trouble a lot. I moved fluidly through a lot of the groups in high school, but somehow Ellie was there frequently to give that certain look of disdain or say something nasty to her group of annoying, snotty teenagers that brought out that classic high school insecurity. Then in the 11th grade, there was a rumor that Ellie was pregnant, and it was either by Ben or Elliot. Two popular athletes who were not from particularly rich families like Ellie's nor were they known to be bullies. They were good citizens of the school, except in one respect apparently. Ellie didn't want to be pregnant and wasn't going to be, so the story went. I was more concerned about Elliot and especially Ben, whom I actually liked as people. While a quick DNA test wasn't a thing then, I hoped the baby could be proven to be someone else's entirely or that it was just a pregnancy scare. I was at my locker early one morning minding my own business when a half dozen of the populars came crashing into the hall. They headed straight for Ellie's locker and strung up a baby doll covered with ketchup, or worse, to look like some sort of botched late-term abortion. Then they ran. I was about to run, too, because I felt awful. I still didn't really like Ellie, but these were her best friends, some of them from 5th grade on, and I knew she trusted them. They were also considered nice girls, though often rich, popular girls are considered good citizens when they are not. I didn't run out of the hallway fast enough because along comes Ellie. I whispered profanities under my breath and ran away in a panic before she saw me, but not before I heard the pain in her screaming and crying reaction to the sight of what they did. The pregnancy disappeared, one way or another, and I'm not sure if it was my imagination or if Ellie became more chill a bit after that. I didn't find her nearly as untenable, and the whole thing gave me a bit of an insight into the social pressure cooker that the situation all throughout the last few years presented. I told my daughter this story when she began to experience the effects of social pressure and popularity in school, and said it was very important to have true friends. Not important to be in the popular crowd, and that many of them probably have deep insecurities because of the whole experience of it. Ellie and I are Facebook friends now. She became a nurse, married, had some kids, seems happy, seems particularly happy as a nurse. She found her purpose. I also found out as an adult that Ellie had been adopted, like me. This made a lot of her attention-seeking, approval-seeking pranks, snarkiness, and need to prove herself a bit more understandable. It doesn't excuse her cruelty, but now that all this happened several decades ago, there is not much to do about them. Ellie is someone I like now, and perhaps if we had gotten to know each other for real as youngsters, things wouldn't have been so awful.